Hello and good morning and welcome to my playthrough of What Remains of Edith Finch. Try and say that again. Edith Finch, part 4. I'm really getting to this game, as I keep saying to everyone. I'm hoping to finish it soon. Well, I feel it's getting near the end. I don't know. It's getting closer and closer to finding out who's gone, who's still about in this book. Because obviously it's about the family tree and she's explaining about every part of her family. So I feel it's getting close to the end. I'm getting a bit sad, but you know, I think this is the longest playthrough I've actually done, so it's nice to get towards the end. So yeah, let's crack on with this. I can't remember where I am actually. I only played it yesterday. So anywho, we're going to have a look around, see what's going on.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Lovely. Sounds like me on the game. So obviously this must be Lewis's bedroom, her brother, which my last part explained what happened to Lewis. Quite a sad little story, I'm not going to explain it. Don't want to bore the hell out of you. So yeah, this is his room. Now I remember where I am. Yeah, she can't through that window, did she? No, I don't go out the window. Let's turn back. Oh, God, love. Get back in there. Anyway, I hope you're all doing good on this lovely Saturday morning for me. Obviously it may be Saturday night for you, I don't know. It's a bit murky out there. Looking forward to the spring when it eventually arrives, because I'm hating this weather, literally. I hope I brighten up your morning playing this one.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing.
Well, I couldn't really brighten up your morning because this is quite sad and dreary game. You know, my life.
She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
I think this may be the last part of the house as well. Actually, excuse my low tone because everyone's in bed, so I talk like this. Sorry, I'm not shady.
I wish we'd stayed.
Okay, who's
But
room
I
will this be?
understand why we left.
Right, let's have a look. Obviously, this is Edie or Edith, as we like to know her. She knows it's Edie's room, I believe. Obviously, as she said, they left in a rush. So that's what I'm looking forward to, just to find out why they left, because there's been so much tragedy, this whole tragedy in this family. There's been a lot of sadness this game, so there must be some reason. Obviously they believe they've got some sort of curse, why people keep passing. You know, I think it's just coincidence, obviously. You believe what you believe. Okay, there's nothing here to look at. As I say, it looks like obviously they've left in a rush, so we'll keep on looking.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Oh, okay, well I'm saying this is Edie's room, this is her mum's. Oh, I thought that picture was downstairs in the kitchen, I thought. Okay. Share a light on what I'm trying to look for anyway.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe you should have come sooner.
This is Edith's bedroom. Again, this game obviously I thought was centred on Edith, but clearly not, because it's been all about all the different parts of her family. Okay, yeah, not there.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Ooh, here we go.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word.
Excuse me.
Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
See, I feel pretty dumb because, you know, as I've been playing through this, I've been thinking, who is actually Edith? No,
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles.
see, I think she's, well, basically, I think she's talking about herself per se, you know, the main character I've been playing. Well, I think so. I'm so confused.
When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Let's have just a little look for the peephole. Sure. Oh, well, she's a bit too tiny. She needs a box. Right. Off you go, Edie. Yeah, it is the main character. I feel like I've been in
The
here
thing
before.
you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
Right, just keep following the light. Is that for film?
Edith
Go
has
to the
a right
light.
to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I
Alright.
think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Well, let's finally get to look at that house that we discovered yesterday. I was intrigued by this one.
I
Can't see
got turned
bugger all.
around.
Oh, about turning around, I can't see sod on. Follow the lines. I generally can't follow. Oh, God. I'm falling older.
For a while, I wandered. I
I'm just going to keep
started
walking.
seeing things.
So keep walking and walking.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But
Alright.
when I saw them, they felt like old friends.
Oh, I believe that's a bed. Why would bed be out here?
That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
And now we can go in. I've been so intrigued to see this, what this house is all about.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let
Hell.
go.
I was enjoying that.
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Well, it's turned out to be a bit of a sad one again.
We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by.
Hello, Aries. Yes, I gathered it's almost there. Thank you. Cheers. Bit sad that. Yeah, I felt it's coming towards the end, which is sad, really. But this would be my first playthrough that I've actually completed. But it's been a good one, and I've thoroughly enjoyed this game. It's a short one, but a good one.
Talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Right.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it.
I won't go
It's a
talk
lot
through
to
now.
ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Well, I don't know what to say. And I could have finished this yesterday. But yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed this. It's very short. Very short. But I say, I've learned that, you know, when you look at games that, you know, you think, oh, it's not my cup of tea. It's a lot different to what I've played before. You know, you turn your nose up at it. Just give it a go. You know, you never know. You might learn something from it. You might gain something from it. I think I've gained something from here. Just to be dragged and pulled into a great story. So yeah, I'm really pleased I played this actually. It's made me think I've got a couple of these games in my library that I'm going to have to drag out and give them a go and see how far I get and see if everyone else enjoys it just as much as me. So, yeah. I'm just shocked how short it is and just taking in the story. I've really, honestly, I can't say enough that I thoroughly enjoyed this one. I really have. It's very different. So anyway, thanks a lot for everyone being here. Who's actually sat through and watched this playthrough, especially you, Aries, your diamonds. And I hope to see you on the next video. So thank you so much, and I shall see you next time. Bye.